some of you lot who've been watching Tiswas have probably seen the presence of a man with a big bubble perm, a bit like Bev Bevan from Me Hello, and a really outrageous suit. That guy was Ian Sludge Lees. He was an old school stand-up comedian from the West Midlands, and right now, because Ian Sludge Lees sadly passed away last year, we're going to talk to one of his colleagues from the West Midlands comedy circuit. This is Nipper Thomas.
Hi. So, yes, Ian Sludge Lees, one of the funniest guys you could ever come across. Not only on stage, but off stage. He was from Cannock, from a mining family, actually, in Cannock, which is just outside, on the east side of Wolverhampton, we would say, just a bit further out. But Ian Sludge Lees was a very funny guy. I remember one time I worked in Malta. I used to work in Malta. And I used to work every fortnight, fly over, that was called flying back. So fly over, do your gig in Malta, come back the next day. So it took 3 days, actually. And the week I never done this, every other week, it was usually Sludge Lees. And I remember going to this hotel, and some people who stayed over from the week, I said, who was that? Who was that comedian who was on last week from your neck of the woods? I said, Ian Sludge Lees. I said, that was him. He was walking down the swimming pool. Obviously got his bubble hair. He had his trunks on and nudging people and saying, because this was Sludge, he'd say, Sludge Lees, comedian, I'm on tonight. Don't stay here by the swimming pool. Come in and watch me tonight. I'm the comedian, Sludge Lees. He went all around the swimming pool, making sure everybody would watch him on the night. And that's what the Sludge like. Another time I was working Torquay, and he done the Saturday evening, and it was on these big holiday camps. It was a black country weekend, and he was staying. He done the Saturday evening and stayed overnight, and I was doing the Sunday afternoon. Have I got that right? Yeah, well, it's not right. Anyway, I turns up Sunday morning about 10 o'clock, and I thought, what's that on the step over there? And he's permanent, and he was Sludge, fast asleep, on the main entrance, going up to reception, into the holiday camp, and he was just fast asleep, like that. And everyone, I said, he was a comedian last night, and he just didn't care. Sludge just didn't care. Such a funny guy off stage, and he was just natural.
Yeah, I've met him twice. I was at the Tiswas reunion thing in 2007, I think it was, at the ITV London studios. And my friend Andrew, who also works at Tiswas Online, pointed out to me how Sludge had brought along his packed lunch of sandwiches, homemade sandwiches, to this great big after-show party in the middle of central London, which is kind of amusing. I met him again about 5 years ago when we put on the 40th anniversary party in Birmingham. And he was just moaning about the car parking all day.
Oh, he was hilarious. I mean, you just reminded me of someone else. I'm going to forget that. But he used to go down to Wolverhampton. He used to watch Wolverhampton Wanderers. And Baggy's man. And the Dingles, we call it. And he used to love the Wolves.
He had a reputation with Tiswas, and also I hear there's a rumour that you were supposed to be the Phantom Flamflinger. Any truth in that?
Well, I'll tell you how that's come about. I worked with Ryan Goff quite a lot on the comedy circuit. Ryan Goff, hilarious entertainment, and he MCs. And then at the end of my act, he'll always turn around and say to the audience, anybody in the 40s and the 50s, age 40, 50 and upwards, remember Saturday morning Tiswas? And I go, yeah. Say, well, this guy here, and he called me back on, was the Phantom Flamflinger. It's just gone on and on and on.
I do know who the Phantom Flamflinger is. Is an 82-year-old taxi driver from Sheldon.
That's correct. And anyway, he got worse one night, you see, and then I done this, and Ryan done this. So I said to Ryan, you keep doing that, you know, we're going to eat it, well, we're going to come unstuck, we're going to go. And this lady come up to me and she says, fantastic. I said, well, she says, my dad loves you. I love Nipper Thomas. I said, loves me. She said, the Phantom Flamfling, he worked with you in the studio. I said, oh, yeah. And she said, can I have your number? And I thought, oh, and he phoned me up, this guy. And he phoned me up and he wanted me to go for a drink with him in Birmingham. And I had to make up excuses. I thought, oh, you'll just say you're a fraud, mate. Who are you? You know. And that was royal. It's just got out of hand. And people believe now around Birmingham that I was the Phantom Flamfling.
You're not the only person around the West Midlands to claim that you were the Phantom Flamfling.
No, I've never claimed.
I know you didn't make the claim.
I've never ever claimed I was the Phantom.
Yeah, fair play. But there's some people in pubs here and they go, yeah, I was the Phantom Flamflinger.
But when Sludge was on, usually when you had Sludge, Lenny and Frank Carson, you used to get the three there quite a lot. That was the three stand-up comics, because Lenny Henry at the time was a stand-up comic. So they tell us. But he was great. He was absolutely great. Sludge. And then, we got another time. There was a charity show, and because he was living over in Herefordshire, lived in a holiday home in Herefordshire with Sludge. And this guy wanted us to do a charity show, and this is nothing against Sludge. I mean, Sludge is lovely. And he phoned me up. And he says, "Can I stop at your house?" And I went, "No, not really." Because it isn't that, because Sludge, if he'd come to your house, you'd be up all night. You wouldn't go to bed. You'd be up till about 7 o'clock in the morning. And he says, "Oh, now if you can get anybody to, I'll stop with them. I don't want to pay for an hotel." I must have found around 10 people, and they all like, nothing against Sludge, lovely bloke, but would you want Sludge? And I'm not being nasty, but would you want Sludge keeping up till about 7 o'clock in the morning just telling you gags? He was like Frank Carson. Gag. He's funny. Shut up.
Yeah. I've met Frank Carson, and he's probably one of there's only two comedians I know who are exactly the same on stage as they are off. And Frank Carson was like that, a gag machine. So the only other one is Bob Slayer, who's also from Herefordshire. Our viewers won't know who Bob Slayer is, but I think you do.
And Sludge was the same. He'd tell you all these gags, and he'd tell you. Did you know he used to? He was a bit of an extrovert. He used to go in the dressing rooms, and before he go on stage, he'd be looking in the mirror. The other comics would be sitting there, all the other actors would be looking in the mirror. And go out there, Sludge. Slaughter him tonight. You know you're funny. You know you're funny, Sludge. You're the best. You are, Sludge. You're the best. Go out there, slaughter him, Sludge. You can do it, Sludge. And he'd be talking to himself as though he was a third person. It was just strange, you know. But that was Sludge. That was his character.
That's like something out of Taxi Driver.
Pardon?
It's like something out of Taxi Driver. You talking to me?
And you know, do you ever see his acts when he done the boxing routine?
No, I fully admit I never saw Sludge do his act.
Oh, he was the master doing the boxing routine. A lot of comics did the boxing. You know, I had a boxing routine myself, but not like Sludge. Sludge used to actually punch himself. That's why his face was all blank. He used to actually really punch himself in the face and in the nose, and you know, I think he come on you, really punches. That was Sludge for you. I mean, he was great. He was fantastic.
Okay, thanks for those wonderful memories of Ian Sludge Lees. And guys, if you want to check out what Nipper Thomas is up to, check out his videos on Facebook.